Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this video, I just want to share my thoughts on saving 10% for retirement. Now, for a little background, I'm a 48-year-old dad with 2 adult kids. So recently, on an article that I read here, Kevin O'Leary, a very successful businessman, stated that if you save 10% of your paycheck, you'll be a millionaire by the age of 65. I do question that, but the 10% savings for retirement is on the low end. Now let's just take this for this exercise. Let's take what Kevin O'Leary stated. Having $1 million, hypothetically at 65, let's say you have $1 million, that would equate to roughly 40% per year in retirement funds if you abide by the Trinity study. I'll put a link below on what the Trinity study explains. General rule of thumb is if you have $1 million in your retirement account, you would withdraw roughly 4% of that per year. So currently I spend today roughly about $5,000 to $6,000 per month on expenses. On the high end, $6,000 per month, which equates to roughly $72,000 a year. Now that's on the high end for my expenses. I also have right now 2 kids that I'm, helping finance through college and a mortgage payment. Now, if you take these expenses out, the mortgage payment and, my kids, I would roughly guess it would be my overall monthly expenses would be 15 to 20% less. So for this exercise, again, if I was retired today with $1 million, and I withdrew $40,000 per year, I would probably struggle to stay underneath $40,000 a year in spending. Now, along with the $1 million that you have saved for retirement, you'd also get Social Security. That can obviously vary on each individual, but on average, according to Bankrate, the average payout for Social Security is $1,705 per month, or a little over $20,000 per year. Now, if you add $1 million in retirement plus Social Security, you would roughly have about $60,000 per year, or $5,000 and some change per month in retirement. Now, let me ask you this. Is that enough for you and your significant other? If it is, that's great. I'm happy for you. Glad you're able to make it, with that budget. But for me, I don't envision it being enough down the road, especially if you factor in the cost of living will increase. I'm sure I'll want to travel and do some retired stuff. Now, I'm not an extravagant person, but I would like to have some fun and treat myself on occasion during retirement. And also, I think looking at this 10% retirement savings rate, this would also factor in, consistent employment for almost 4 decades. Having consistent 4 decades of work, you could obviously consistently save 10% of your paycheck. That goes into retirement. Not in this world now. I've been laid off 3 times. Several of my friends and colleagues have been laid off multiple times and have had job gaps for at least a few months. This will impact your investments if you're not consistently saving towards retirement. Also, Social Security is not ironclad on what I will receive when I'm eligible. That has been a topic of discussion for a while. Don't assume Social Security will cushion your retirement. You will have to invest your own money. And for me, I want to retire earlier than 65. That doesn't mean I'll absolutely do nothing during my retirement days. I have a few ideas and plans on what I want to do on a part-time basis when I'm retired. But for the time being, I enjoy what I do with my full-time job. I do want to retire before I'm 60. And do things that I've been passionate about or have an interest in. So my thoughts, start at 10%, then increase it as often and as much as you can. I shared on a previous video, I invest roughly 41% of my income, and I hope to increase it as years go on, as my kids leave college and start their own lives independently. Layoffs, job loss, accidents, life-altering events happen throughout the game of life. You're going to have to, temporarily stop working. Your perspectives change. There's going to be some gaps where you won't be able to invest towards your retirement. Another personal finance show called The Money Guys, looking at their philosophies, the financial order of operations, they recommend 25% savings investing rate towards retirement. Everyone is different on what their retirement goals are, but I honestly think 10% savings rate is a good starting point early in life. Then obviously increase it with pay raises, extra bonuses. If you get married and you have 2-income family, then ramping up saving for retirement beyond the 10% gets easier. So tell me your thoughts, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Again, these are my perspectives and views. I'm not a certified professional. I'm just a dad. So stay safe, stay positive, and be happy. Love you, Dad.